Good evening, everybody, and welcome once again inside the U.S. Cellular Center in downtown Cedar Rapids, Iowa. The Cedar Rapids Rampage wrapping up a two-game homestand tonight against the Syracuse Silver Knights. Rampage winning last night, ending a two-game losing streak, beating Baltimore 5-3. Syracuse on the road last night in Kansas City, losing that game, then making the 5-hour trip northward here to Cedar Rapids. An impressive 4-1 record for the Rampage this year outside of the Central Division. It speaks to how strong the Central Division is in the MASL. Only a game and a half separate the first and fourth place team. Cedar Rapids and Kansas City tied for first in the Central at 9-4. Chicago, a game and a half back at 6-4, and Milwaukee also a game and a half back at 7-5. St. Louis bringing up the rear at 1-12. The Syracuse Silver Knights play in the Eastern Division, and they are in last place at 4-6, 3 games behind the division-leading Baltimore team, and Florida and Harrisburg ahead of them as well. Top two teams in each division make the playoffs, and it's not too early to think about the playoffs. This is Game 14 for the Rampage, Game 14 of a 20-game regular season schedule, so the season is, believe it or not, winding down. After tonight, just 2 home games left for these Rampage. Friday nights, February 3rd against St. Louis, and then the regular season home finale Thursday night, February 16th against Harrisburg, before wrapping up the season on the road against Chicago and then Kansas City. Everton, the player coach for the Rampage, has this team playing very, very, very well in the second year of this franchise's existence. Starting the 14th straight game for the Rampage, in goal is the keeper, Brett Petracek. Asked him earlier today, I said, Brett, I've heard your name pronounced about 8 million ways. Which one do you like? He said, because I've said Petracek. And he said, well, if you want to go with the homeland version, it's Petracek. So that's what we'll go with. He also said to say hello to his brother Kyle, who is joining us on MASL TV. And underway at the Cell Center. And Petracek lobs it ahead. Pat Kelly for the Rampage. Pablo Da Silva is out there. Yoshi Sandoval starting. Everton as well. Scooped up by Andrew Coughlin, the Silver Knights goalie, and he will play it ahead. Yoshi heads it back down into the Silver Knights' end. Coughlin will head it right back. Rampage in the home blue and the Silver Knights in the black and gray on the road. Petracek plays it ahead. Pat Kelly will send it down into the corner. There's Gordy Gerson. Scored in 29 straight games, including a goal last night to keep that streak alive. Last time he didn't score in a game, late November of 2015. No shots on goal yet. A little over a minute into this one. Robert Acosta on for the Rampage. Coughlin plays it ahead. Petracek, a save on a blast from Slavisha Ubi-Perovic. I've been practicing that name. Slavisha Ubi-Perovic gets a shot on goal for Syracuse. And Petracek gets his first save of the game. Rampage on offense, Jonathan Greenfield. And there's Tony Walls, number 20, who sends it back to Greenfield. Bobby Hurwitz, the Oklahoman, had a goal last night for Cedar Rapids. 1 of 5 in the 5-3 win over Baltimore. Played in the corner for Walls. Ball is loose in front. Hurwitz had a chance, got a foot on it. Couldn't get it to go. It slid harmlessly through the crease. A whistle and a turnover. And a restart coming from the far corner. We are on the south end of the Cell Center where we set up. And this goal that you're looking at is on the north end. See where Greenfield sends it to Pablo, leaves it for Everton. Everton shot sails wide. Rebound for Walls. There's a rebound shot for Gordy Gerson. Slides through, and here comes Syracuse the other way. Petracek out of his goal. Goes flying. Moises Gonzalez and Petracek collided. A whistle and a foul on Syracuse. Yoshi plays it. Fibo Arriaga on for Cedar Rapids. Played in his first game of the season last night. Game number 2 tonight. Celebrating a birthday a little bit later on this month. On the 28th. There's Fibo. Leaves it for Huffman. Derek Huffman also had a goal last night. Huffman number 9. And the ball remains down in the Silver Knights' end. Canardo Forbes for Syracuse tries to clear it and can't get it out. And now does. Plays it along the far boards. Gonzalez there for Syracuse. Huffman, one-on-one. There's a save from Coughlin, a rebound. Shut down as well. Andrew Coughlin, the keeper for the Silver Knights. He's 4-6. Gives up almost 6 goals a game, 5.62, and stops 69% of the shots he faces, and he got his first aim of the game there on a Rampage attack. Back down on the Rampage end, and Petracek plays it ahead to Everton. Gets around Ubi Paravic. Slavishaw takes it back for the Silver Knights. Canardo Forbes, number 55, has it along the far boards. Plays it for Domenico Vitale. And Pablo is back for the Rampage. Just outside the yellow line. Forbes. Ubi Paravic plays it along the far boards. Bo Jelivac, the captain. It's a shot off the backboard. Jelivac, 4 goals, 4 assists, 8 total points. There's a shot that sails wide of Petrovic. There's a save, and Brett sends it ahead. Ubi Paravic back for Syracuse. Tonight's lead official is Landis Wiley. Nicholas Ramos is the referee, and Trent Payne is the assistant referee. Very physical game last night against Baltimore. A lot of blue cards and a couple of yellow cards as well. Shot for the Silver Knights from Jake Schindler. And now Pablo for Cedar Rapids. Pat Kelly back on. Greenfield tries to find him. Knocked down by Darren Toby for Syracuse. Silver Knights on the attack. Petrovic with a save. And then Jelivac kicks it up and over. So Brett Petrovic busy early. Robert Acosta with the beard he's been wearing all season long. Now Jonathan Pachar plays it back to Petracek. Greenfield, his header is taken away. Hurwitz back for Cedar Rapids. Swarming defense, and the Rampage able to get through. Numbers if they hurry. Greenfield wanted Bobby Hurwitz in the middle. It wouldn't go through. Right idea. There's Hurwitz. And a sliding stop for Ubi Paravic for Syracuse. No score 8.5 to go in the first period here from Cedar Rapids. First place Rampage and the fourth place Silver Knights. Gerger Gibson plays it up and over for Syracuse, and it will stay with the Silver Knights. Restart coming. Moises Gonzalez along the near boards right in front of us. There's a shot. Gonzalez, and Petracek gets another save. Derek Huffman. Syracuse the other way. Tried to get it ahead to Gibson. Gibson's had a chance off the back wall. His defender, Fibo Arriaga, fell down, and Gerger Gibson had a chance. Played it off the back wall. There's, Sam Guernsey. Golden opportunity off of the back wall. I'm not sure who set that up for him, but it was perfect. Sam couldn't settle it down. Wasted opportunity for the Rampage. Gordy Gerson, the captain, in the far corner. He and Guernsey tied up along the wall. Now Huffman along the near wall in the corner. Vitale there defensively for Syracuse, and they'll go out of play and should stay with Cedar Rapids, and it will. The timeout taken, 7:09 to go, first period action, no score from the U.S. Cellular Center. Doesn't matter if you're not. How many do they have call for? Somebody keeping track of call for. Okay. Three shots on goal for Syracuse, 3 saves for Brett Petracek. 2 shots on goal for the Rampage. Andrew Coughlin, the keeper for the Silver Knights, has stopped both of those. Restart coming. Pablo plays it off the back wall. It comes all the way back down to the Rampage end. Swarming defense from Syracuse. Joey Tavernisi back, as was Nate Bordeaux for the Silver Knights. And Pablo plays it across the center line. It bounces up and out of play. Stay with the Rampage. Tavernisi, the leading scorer for the Silver Knights. He's got 19 points. Canardo Forbes also has 19 points to lead these Silver Knights. These two teams last played on December 2nd, and the Rampage came back to win it on a Gordy Gerson goal late, 6-5 in Syracuse the last time these two met. So a restart coming from the top of the box. Here's Pablo. Like to leave it for Everton here. And there it is. Wide left. And Greenfield back to pick it up for the Rampage. Pablo, the playmaker, puts it into the corner for Everton. Everton loves to do his work in the corners. As that one taken away by Syracuse and cleared. Toby sends it back down to the Rampage end, taken away by Hurwitz, and now Syracuse had a chance, and there's a header and a goal. That is Antonio Manfoot, his 10th goal of the year. Petracek caught out away from the crease, and it ended up right in front of Manfoot, and he was able to head it in. So the Silver Knights draw first blood here with 5:57 to go in the first period. Toby gets the assist, Darren Toby. Thank you, Sidney Newsonoff, who handles all of that scorekeeping for us here. When the opponent scores first, Cedar Rapids 5-2. Ooh, that shot played up and over the dasher boards and right off the snout of a Rampage fan sitting right there. So Manfoot, credit for the goal, and Darren Toby, the assist for Syracuse, leading at 1-0. Pachar tied up in the corner. Tries to center it off the backboard for Tony Walls, and Syracuse able to send it back. Costa drills it hard back into the Silver Knights' end. Bo Jelivac, working on Yoshi. Jelivac has it in the corner. Played into the middle for Patrick Thompson. Thompson couldn't settle it down. Forbes setting it up for Syracuse. Jelivac tied up from behind by Yoshi as well as Pachar. Sends it ahead to Guernsey, tries to get around a couple of Syracuse defenders. Plays it down, and Coughlin will pick it up for the Silver Knights. Gerson back on for the Rampage, and Gerger Gibson back on for Syracuse. 4:15 to go and counting here in the first. 1-0 Syracuse. Played ahead to Manfoot. He's got the goal. Gibson shoots it off the back wall. Gerson controls and goes down, and a foul called on Gibson. Guernsey off and Pat Kelly back for Cedar Rapids. Syracuse tries to get it ahead to Manfoot, taken away by the Rampage defense, and now Yoshi, number 89, puts it in the corners. Derek Huffman. Huffman working on Domenico Vitale, and it comes back to Jonathan Greenfield. Rampage will reset the offense. Pablo for Huffman on the other corner. He's pushed from behind, looking for a whistle, didn't get one. And Coughlin plays it for Syracuse. Gonzalez sends it back into the Cedar Rapids end. Petracek boots it across the center line. A whistle and a foul. That'll be called on Vitale. Cedar Rapids restart. Greenfield has Pat Kelly on his left and Pablo to his right. Huffman set up along the back wall. And Gordy Gerson down there as well, deep in the box. Pablo works his way around, gets a shot and a goal! See if Pablo Da Silva gets credit for that goal, if Gordy Gerson got in there somehow. Well, at least tentatively, Pablo gets credit for the goal and Jonathan Greenfield the assist. Gerson, as he so often is, was down there mucking it up. We're watching the replay. So that goal will go to Pablo. And the assist to Jonathan Greenfield. That is goal 4 on the season for Da Silva. And Greenfield picks up his 5th assist. So we're tied at 1. 2:42 to go in the first. Everton for the Rampage. Turnover and a shot and a goal. That's Nate Bordeaux. That's a sloppy turnover. Petracek tried to play it ahead and nobody was looking, and Bordeaux had it right in front of him, and so just like that, Syracuse goes back up 2-1. 2:21 in the first. Nate Bordeaux gets credit for the goal. I'd be surprised if there's an assist on that, but we'll wait for the official word. Back to live action. Gerson in the corner. Played back to Febo. Everton double teamed. Makes his way back towards the center line. Forbes bumps into Everton, a whistle and a foul call. So Febo Arriaga will play it for Cedar Rapids. Gerger Gibson on him. Gerson in the corner, skips past him. All the way back down to the Rampage keeper. Petracek sends it into the far corner. There's Everton off the back wall. Wouldn't go. Arriaga streaking down the middle of the crease. Everton tried to get it off him off a back wall bounce, to him off a back wall bounce, and it wouldn't go. Coughlin will play it for the Silver Knights, who lead this one 2-1. Lobbed ahead to Gibson. Gibson and Arriaga. Febo goes down. Forbes and Gerson tied up along the far boards. Syracuse comes out with it. Joey Tavernisi. Now Darren Tobey bumped into Gerson. Tobey maintains possession. Gibson, a shot that goes high for Tobey, just above the head of Petracek. When Darren Tobey gets that shot on goal, he comes off for Syracuse. Gibson, far corner, Febo on him. Schindler back in for Syracuse in the middle. Great ball movement from the Silver Knights here. Forbes, his shot goes from the left elbow. Canardo Forbes gets it up and over Petracek. So 30 seconds to go in the first, and Canardo Forbes, credit for the goal. That is goal number 9 for Forbes. And the Silver Knights extend their lead to 3-1. Silver Knights are the ones that have been on the road in Kansas City last night and to Cedar Rapids getting in early this morning, but they look like they have the fresher legs. Rampage is playing and winning at home against Baltimore. So Forbes put the Silver Knights up 3-1, and Schindler will get credit for the assist. For Jake Schindler, that is assist number 4 and point number 6. And we are done with quarter one from the U.S. Cellular Center. Goals in the first for the Silver Knights from Manfoot, Bordeaux, and Forbes. Pablo De Silva gets credit for the lone Cedar Rapids goal. We're done with a one, 3-1 Syracuse.
If you want something better than frozen, or whatever this is supposed to be, you need to visit Trader Soup Company downtown Cedar Rapids. 6 ounces of soup daily, daily sandwiches, panini, salad, and wraps. Stop at Trader Soup here next month. Often imitated, never duplicated.
My name is Chris Flowers. I'm the chiropractor at the chiropractic team of I'm the team chiropractor for the Cedar Rapids Titans. One of the reasons the Titans chose me is because I do something called functional movement screens. Functional movement screens are a series of 7 tests that I do not only with athletes, but I do with general public as well. With these tests, I can improve your flexibility, your mobility, and stability. So chiropractic is not just about moving bones. We also work with muscles to try to improve people's lives by improving your daily activities. If you don't feel like you're functioning 100%, give us a call and see if you can improve your life.
This is a Cedar Rapids team that only gives up 4.5 goals a game, and Syracuse goes for 3 in the first period to lead this one 3-1. Shots on goal, Silver Knights advantage 6-3. Underway with the second quarter here. A whistle, a scoreboard problem. They weren't ready to roll, so we'll start it again. Rampage start on offense. Gerson, Hurwitz, Everton, Greenfield, and Pablo out there to start the second for the Rampage. Tavernisi for Syracuse. 19 points on the season. There's a save for Petracek. Pablo and Gerson trying to set something up, taken away by the Silver Knights. Thompson has it. Plays it ahead. Shot wide left for Schindler. He's got an assist tonight. Schindler will play it back down and come off. Line change for the Silver Knights. Coughlin sends it ahead. Darren Toby just past the head of De Silva. Vitale, a wild shot from way outside on the right elbow, and that sailed up and into the crowd. Petracek plays it ahead. Sam Guernsey goes down, collides with Manfoot, a whistle and a foul called on Antonio Manfoot. And Manfoot and Jonathan Pachar getting a little shoving match. Pachar just 5'5" and 147 pounds, but he'll scrap it with anybody. So Everton a restart from just inside the yellow line. Manfoot, part of the two-man wall, along with Jelinek for Syracuse. It goes off Manfoot and out of play, so another restart. This time closer to the near boards. Coughlin getting his defenders where he wants them. Everton tries to get it to Guernsey. Jelinek has it for Syracuse. Ubi Paravic, right side, and a shot and a goal. Canardo Forbes will get credit for that goal. That is his second goal of the game. Forbes from the right elbow goes high side and wide on Petracek. And Brett has given up 4 goals here. Not a lot of defensive help. (4-1) Syracuse, and the Rampage are flat. The crowd is flat here tonight as well. Tony Wall's on for Cedar Rapids, trying to get some energy into this game. Fibo Arriaga plays it off the near board, and it goes out of play. And Yoshi will restart. Yoshio Sandoval, native of Hammond, Indiana. Kelly will play it back to Petracek. Played ahead for Walls off his chest and back down to the Rampage end. Gerson for Kelly. Kelly settles it down. Ball dribbles through and Coughlin scoops it up. Bordeaux has it for Syracuse. Headed back by Yoshi. Ahead now to Ubi Paravic. Now Toby. His own defense here from the Rampage. Switch back to a man. Bordeaux sends it into the far corner. Tavernisi wanted to back his way in. There's a save from Petracek. Shot from the left side, a diving Brett Petracek, credited for a save there. Forbes now has it along the far wall. Just inside the center line in the Rampage end. Silver Knights just kind of running a weave out front. And now Coughlin will send it down, and Petracek comes out of the goal and he falls down. So Brett fell down as he came out of the crease to try and corral the ball. Couldn't get it, slips down, and that's 5 goals already for Syracuse. That one coming at 11:44, and a shout coming from the Rampage bench to wake up. Timeout, 5-1 Syracuse. Joey Tavernisi gets credit for that last Silver Knights goal, his 18th of the year for Syracuse. That leads the team. The first goal of the second period goes to Antonio Manfoot, with the assist going to Forbes. So Canardo Forbes the assist and Antonio Manfoot the goal. Last time Cedar Rapids gave up 5 goals in a game was against Syracuse in early December, a game that Cedar Rapids came back to win 6-5. So defensive lapses that we haven't seen much this season here for Cedar Rapids. So plenty of time. 11:44 to go till halftime. Huffman for the Rampage. Played out of the corner. Vitale there for Syracuse, and Jelivac back for Syracuse, and Petracek sends it the other way. Headed into the corner. There's Huffman. Darren Tobey on him. Gonzalez for Syracuse. Jelivac has it taken away. There's a shot. Oh, Pachar. Beautiful set from Hurwitz. Pachar with his left foot sent it high and wide. Golden opportunity. Wasted. See if the Rampage can get some offensive pressure on here. Huffman tries to center it off the backboard. He wondering why none of his teammates had come into the middle where he wanted them to be. Headed out of play by Greenfield, and a restart coming for the Silver Knights. Vitale to Tobey. Patrick Thompson in the corner for Syracuse. Cleared by Petracek. Thompson sends it back down to the Rampage end. Vitale, right side, off the backboard. Cleared. Huffman there. Coughlin came out of the crease. Nearly got caught in no man's land. A great defensive play, I believe, by Patrick Thompson. Check that for Nate Bordeaux. Coughlin caught out of his goal. Nate Bordeaux came back and was able to stop a weak shot on goal from the Rampage. Fresh players on for both teams. Forbes for Syracuse. Uses it for Ubi Perovic. Played ahead for Manfoot. Manfoot falls down. The shot that sails over Coughlin's head, a rebound. Gordy Gerson, and man, oh man, did the Rampage need that. Hurwitz lobbed a shot over Coughlin's head. It hit high off of the boards above the goal, and Gordy Gerson right there to put the rebound in. So 9:26 to go in the second. Gerson gets the goal, and Hurwitz the assist. 30 straight games that Gordy Gerson has a point in for these Rampage. More importantly, he pulls the Rampage back within 3. Let's see if that didn't wake everybody up. Fibo Arriaga tries to dig it out for Cedar Rapids. Manfoot has it for the Silver Knights. Pachar tries to clear. Manfoot at the center line. Sam Guernsey there for the Rampage. Here's Everton. Played ahead for Pat Kelly. Sam Guernsey Guernsey tied up by Toby, and Toby sends it down, a 3-line pass, so that will come back down to the top of the box for the Rampage. Everton teed it up before the official was ready. Landis Wiley blows his whistle and says, hang on. So, yellow line restart. Toby knocks it down for Syracuse out front, headed back down by Manfoot. Petracek plays it for the Rampage. Jelivac and Everton tied up in the corner, a whistle and a foul on Jelivac. Yoshi had it briefly for the Rampage, and the Silver Knights are back on the attack. Bordeaux Syracuse, and a player goes flying in the middle of the crease, a whistle and a foul. Moises Gonzalez tried to spin around and get a shot off in the crease and was dragged down to the turf, so here comes a restart inside the box for the Silver Knights. Gonzalez is out there. And Bordeaux. Bordeaux approaches the ball and takes a timeout. We'll take it with him. 5-2, 8 minutes to go in the first half here at the U.S. Cellular Center. Restart coming for the Silver Knights. Ubi Perovic, Gonzalez, and Bordeaux. For the Silver Knights, Canardo Forbes is out there as well, and Joey Tavernisi. Gonzalez in the middle. Ubi Perovic to his right and Forbes to his left. 3-man, now a 4-man wall for the Rampage. Here we go. 3-man weave. And the shot won't go for Bordeaux off the back wall. A whistle. Foul is going to be called on Pablo. Pablo, some words for the referee. Everton pushes him away from the ball and says, get back. So here comes another restart for the Silver Knights. Gonzalez, number 10. Sails it through the crease wide and all the way back down. Slavisha Ubi Perovic controls for the Silver Knights. Now Forbes, near wall, sends it all the way across. Jake Schindler. Stolen away. Pablo stole it away and tried to get it over the head of Coughlin. Coughlin able to play it off his chest. Now Petracek comes out of his goal. Played back in. Schindler. Forbes gets through a couple of Rampage defenders. Shot goes high off the boards above the goal. Tony Walls, a whistle, and I believe we'll get our first blue card of the game, and we do. Tony Walls on a breakaway. Slavisha Ubi-Paravic drug him down and will go sit down in the penalty box. So the first power play of the game comes with 7:08 to go in the first half. Rampage got at least one power play goal tonight, converting on 30% of their power plays. So 5-on-4 for 2 minutes. Ubi-Paravic in the penalty box for the Silver Knights. Oh, it's a penalty shot coming. So Everton against Coughlin. 1-on-1 penalty shot. He's got 5 seconds once the whistle blows. Starting from the yellow line. Everton tried to lob it up and over Coughlin's head and way too high. It was over the goalie boards and out of play. Coughlin plays it down into the Rampage end. Toby for Syracuse. Petracek covers up a Jelivac shot. Plays it ahead for Pablo. Now Yoshi. Oh, the Rampage on the power play here. Gerson in the middle. There's Walls blocked out front. Schindler will get credited for that block. Everton has it for the Rampage. Walls. Ball sails out of play and right above us. So Vitale plays it for the Silver Knights. Pablo heads it back down and sent back into the Rampage end where Petracek will cover it up. Minute to go in this power play for the Rampage, trailing 5-2. Greenfield. Walls. Oh! Wow! Tony Walls played it along the board. Coughlin came out to try and cover it. It snaked its way through his mitts and then was just staying on the goal line, and I'm not sure who's going to get credit. I actually think it was a Silver Knights player that put it in. So the closest Rampage player will get the credit for the goal, and that's probably Gordy Gerson. No, Tony Walls will get credit for that goal. Well, that's a strange looking goal. Pulls the Rampage within 1. So Walls unassisted at 5:55 of the second. It's 5-3. Last 2 goals of the game going to the Rampage. So with that, the power play is over. Another power play goal for the Rampage. The Walls does get credit for the goal, even though it was an own goal. It went off a Silver Knights player. Gerson. There's a save by Coughlin. Gordy Gerson fires it up with his right foot. Andrew Coughlin makes the save for the Silver Knights, and Ubi-Paravic plays it ahead to Forbes for the Silver Knights. Petracek will grab it. Tavernisi back on for Syracuse. This is Acosta. Robert Acosta with his distinctive orange shoes. Plays it ahead for Bobby Hurwitz. Hurwitz trying to get around Ubi Paravic, leaves it for Huffman. Huffman, a Coughlin save on a Huffman shot. Here's Huffman again. There's a shot and a goal. Bobby Hurwitz the goal, Derek Huffman the assist. A perfect give and go. So give Hurwitz credit for the goal and Huffman the assist. And that's 3 in a row in a short period for the Rampage. Assist number 5 for Huffman. 2 goals in 2 nights for Bobby Hurwitz. Got goal 5 last night and goal 6 tonight. And it's 5-4. And the Rampage have indeed woken up. Pachar goes down. Syracuse maintains possession. Bordeaux sends it into the corner. Manfoot tried to give it right back to him. Broken up by the Rampage defense. Greenfield and Schindler right in front of us. Now Schindler doubled. There's Everton. Greenfield comes away with the ball. Pachar's shot is blocked by Bordeaux for Syracuse. Played ahead into the Rampage end. Greenfield for Sam Guernsey. Everton backing in with his right foot, working on Bordeaux. Bordeaux takes it away. Now Greenfield, the South African, resets for the Rampage. Fibo Arriaga now on for Cedar Rapids. He'll come off, Pat Kelly back on. Everton doubled. Oh, tried to get it to Pat Kelly. Gerson a rebound, sails wide. A whistle. So Everton, a beautiful lead for Pat Kelly, just out of the reaches of Kelly's feet. Gerson has a shot on the rebound that sails high, and a whistle and a restart coming. To the right of the box from the elbow. 3-man wall for the Silver Knights. Pablo's got Gerson and Everton to his left. Gerson sails into the middle. Everton, shot and a goal. Everton off the restart, set up by Pablo. And we are tied at 5. Everton the goal, Pablo the assist off the restart. It's Everton's 15th goal of the season. And De Silva's 15th assist. So Pablo's got a goal and assist tonight. And a timeout is taken by Syracuse. 3:01 to go in the first half. We are tied at 5. Syracuse 2 goals in just over 3 minutes at the open of the second quarter to open up a 5-1 lead. And now 4 goals in a row in a little over 6 minutes for the Rampage. Gerson, Walls, Hurwitz, and Everton. 4 goals, a little over 6 minutes, and we're tied at 5. Ubi Paravic sends it into the corner. Walls is there for Cedar Rapids. Coughlin comes out to play it. Forbes ahead for Gonzalez. Silver Knights backing in on Yoshi. Gonzalez and Pablo fighting for it. It goes up and out of play. Fresh legs on for the Silver Knights. Toby back on. Schindler as well. And Nate Bordeaux. Petracek wanted to get it to Walls. He was double teamed. Syracuse. Bordeaux left side. Through the crease. Wide. And out of play and over to Cedar Rapids. Guernsey, Acosta, and Huffman back on for the Rampage. Guernsey ahead to Huffman and sent right back down into the Rampage end. Toby for Syracuse. Thompson, Patrick Thompson for the Silver Knights. Kind of a Mohawk he's sporting. Coughlin plays it across the center line. Collision, bodies flying, no whistle. Tavernisi picks himself off of the turf. A whistle, and now Sam Guernsey and Canardo Forbes go at it, and now Gordy Gerson ends up on the turf, and Sam Guernsey backs over and trips over Gerson. See what we get here. We get a blue card. So Patrick Thompson headed to the penalty box for the Silver Knights. And it'll be a Rampage power play with 1:57 to go in the first half. Silver Knights are outraged. They thought that Gerson flopped. Gordy, flop? Could that happen? He wouldn't do that, would he? And now, all right, I believe they're going to send 2 players, 1 player from each team to the penalty box. So Thompson already in for Syracuse. And they're going to send Gerson, I believe, to the penalty box as well. We'll get this all sorted out. Wiley, Ramos, and Payne, the officials, having a conversation amongst themselves. As Greenfield waits patiently with the ball in the far corner. So Gerson is in the penalty box, and now did Thompson come out? So I believe we'll have some 4-on-4 soccer here for the remainder of the first half. So Thompson and Gerson in the penalty box. Petracek plays it ahead for Pablo. Jelinek there for Syracuse. Pablo leaves it for Petracek, who plays it ahead near boards. Greenfield tries to get it to Walls. Schindler heads it away, and Syracuse back the other way. Toby. Right side for Tavernisi. Petracek grabs it and waves everybody away and leaves it for Pablo. We're 4-on-4 here for the remainder of the first half. Walls, the center line. Tavernisi for Syracuse. Played back to Petracek. Rampage goalie sends it ahead. Tried to get it past Forbes and couldn't do it. Canardo Forbes kicks it out of play. Cedar Rapids restart past the center line. Greenfield for Walls. Ooh, Tony Walls! Tony Walls and Domenico Vitale got tied up. And that ball came off of the back wall, and Tony Walls got it around Vitale and around Coughlin, and that is 5 in a row for the Rampage with 53 seconds to go in the first half. Walls will get credit for the goal. I would think Greenfield will get an assist, but we'll wait and see. So the Rampage go from trailing by 4 to leading by 1. And it stays 4-on-4. Shot blocked out of play. Yeah, Greenfield does get credit for the assist on Walls' goal. Bordeaux. Shot was blocked by the Rampage, and quick shot. Grabbed by Petracek. Suffocated that one. Here's Greenfield again. Again for Walls. This time Bordeaux gets it away. Manfoot for Syracuse. Pablo plays it back to Petracek. Ahead for Everton. Everton might have a one-on-one. He does! Everton, a beautiful feed. Everton, one-on-one with Andrew Coughlin. Coughlin is asking his defenders, where are you? Andrew Coughlin is shell-shocked. That's 6 goals in the second period for the Rampage with 15 seconds to go. I think Petracek might get credit for that assist. He does. So 3 assists on the year for Brett Petracek. Everton's got his second goal of the game. And it's 7-5. Under 10. Silver Knights off the back wall. Toby can't get it off before the buzzer. It was blocked by Kelly anyway. First 2 goals of the period go to the Silver Knights. The last 6, all under 12 minutes to go. The last 6 goals come from the Rampage, and they head to the locker room leading this one 7-5. This is Rampage Soccer on MASL TV. So Everton 2 goals in 3 minutes, under 3 minutes.
I was flabbergasted. All I see is Gordy on the ground, and I see Gordy go to the box, and then they threw a temper tantrum. They wouldn't tell me what it was for, and they were like, "We'll talk to you about it after the game." And I said, "No, you'll tell me now. What was it for?" "Oh well, there were some words exchanged. But he's on the ground."
Did they not see Forbes push him? Because he didn't do that.
I mean, and it was right in front of their face.
I mean, he dove. I mean, it was a real push, but then he covered up
And
like
then,
he was
correct me
dying.
if I'm wrong, but I thought the rule was once a goal is scored, then players enter back out onto the field. They're keeping them both
No,
in the
not
box.
full.
No?
Because it's not a power play, so there's no advantage.
I see. So not yes. Hey, I'll take it. And for the first few minutes, I was getting a little nervous. I'm like, we're in for a long night.
I don't know who it was. Somebody on the bench, somewhere yelled, "Wake up!" Yeah, they did. I don't think we know.
Well, Syracuse, they're getting tired. They had that 6-hour drive from Kansas City. They didn't get in until 5 o'clock this morning. So, tired players.
I thought one of the guys said they got in at 1:30.
They had a group that got in at 1:30. Jordan got in at 5.
They get lost.
My name is Syracuse. I'm the team director for the Cedar Rapids Titans. One of the reasons the Titans chose me is because I do something called functional movement screens. Functional movement screens are a series of 7 tests that I think not only with athletes, but I think in general as well. With these tests, I can improve your flexibility, mobility, and stability. For chiropractic, it's not just about moving bones. We also look at muscles to try to improve people's lives by doing new daily activities. If you don't feel like you're functioning 100%, this is called see if you can improve your life.
The extra times here, I can't do that math that quickly while I'm
So that power play goal for Cedar Rapids was how many now on the season? Do we know?
14. Did the 14 bar play.
Oh, it was somewhere.
It's funny, they were third in power play goals, but they're only 11th in percentage.
Yeah. So that who got the Wall's got the power play goal, right? So that was his first of the year and the 14th. There was the, he did all that. There it was. There was. Closing in on second half action here from the U.S. Cellular Center. At one time, the Rampage trailed this game 5-1. They lead it at halftime 7-5. Taking you back through the scoring in the first period, Manfoot with a Toby assist at 9:03 in the first puts Syracuse up 1-0. And then the Rampage tied it at 1 at 12:09. Pablo credit for the goal, and Jonathan Greenfield gets the assist. Not long later, 12:39 of the first, Nate Bordeaux unassisted puts Syracuse up 2-1, and then quickly 3-1 with a Canardo Forbes goal, and 3-1 Syracuse leads after one. And very quickly, Syracuse goes up 4-1 with a Manfoot goal, his second of the game. Forbes gets credit for the assist at 1:15, and then Joey Tavernisi, 2 minutes and 1 second later at 3:16, puts Syracuse up 5-1, and then the floodgates open. 5:34, Gordy Gerson gets a goal. 9:05, Tony Walls gets a power play goal, his first of the year, the 14th of the season for the Rampage. 10:34, Everton gets the first of 2 goals. 11:59, another goal, and Tony Walls his second goal at 14:07, and then finally, with 15 seconds to go in the half, 14:45, Everton gets another goal, and so it's 7-5, and the Rampage were on some kind of run in that second period. Syracuse came in 2 waves up from Kansas City after their game last night. One wave got to town a little after 1 o'clock this morning, but the second didn't get here until after 5 this morning. So let's see if the legs don't give out a bit on Syracuse here in the second half. Pablo for the Rampage, ahead to Yoshi. Back kicks it off the wall ahead, tries to get it to Pat Kelly. Syracuse back defensively. Canardo Forbes for the Silver Knights, the Jamaican, native of Kingston, Jamaica. Into the corner for Tavernisi. Tavernisi has a goal tonight for Syracuse. Silver Knights will reset their offense. Here's Tavernisi off the backboard, headed out by Yoshi. Tavernisi and Pablo tied up, and Tony Walls comes away with it. He's got Gerson on his right if he wants him. Tries to dance through, gets a shot off, and a diving save from Andrew Coughlin. Yellowback on for Syracuse, and Nate Bordeaux as well. Silver Knights along the far boards. Yellowback tied up. He and Acosta run into each other in the crease, and Hurwitz in a hurry the other way. Hurwitz shot sails wide. Jonathan Greenfield sets it up for the Rampage and says, let's slow down here. Gerson off, Pachar on for Cedar Rapids. Jonathan Pachar near boards. Into the corner, tried to get it to Huffman. Cleared by Vitale for Syracuse. Bordeaux at the center line. It's a shot just wide for Gonzalez. Got around Hurwitz and sent it wide of the goal. There's a shot and a save. Forbes the shot. Petracek the save. Goes sailing up and out of play, and a restart coming for Syracuse. Jake Schindler back to Forbes. Near corner, Greenfield. Schindler and a save from Petracek. Moises Gonzalez had a chance, and Petracek shut him down. Whistling a foul on Jonathan Pachar. Syracuse restart. Forbes plays it to Darren Toby. Near corner now for Yellowback. Dug out by Greenfield. Darren Toby for Syracuse at the center line. Forbes makes his way towards the yellow line and then sends it back into the corner for Gerger Gibson. Stolen away by Greenfield, can't clear. Gerger also goes by JJ. He's from Liberia. One of several international players on both of these teams. Going right side and a goal there for Gerger Gibson. So I just mentioned the Liberian. He gets a goal, a beautiful assist as well. Slavisha Ubi Perovic will get credit for that assist. So 3:59 of the third. Gibson gets the goal and Ubi Perovic the assist. That's assist 12 for Slavisha. And the fourth goal of the year for Gerger Gibson. So the Silver Knights back within one. 7-6, the Rampage lead this one. Antonio Manfoot tied up by Pat Kelly. Kelly digs it out. Bordeaux. Manfoot snakes it along the boards, and Petracek covers it. Wanted to lead a breakout, but nobody was breaking for the Rampage. Now gets it ahead to Hurwitz, wide open in the middle of the field, right side. Kid Dynamite Gerson puts a move on. Schindler able to kick it away from Gerson. There's Everton. His shot is blocked out front. There's a collision and no whistle. Bobby Hurwitz gets back up, and Gerson, a sliding shot on a wide open goal and couldn't get it through. Really getting physical now in the corner. Pablo, right side for Hurwitz. Gets it back from Gerson. And a whistle and a foul. Oh. Gerson and Ubi Perovic share a laugh. And a foul on Gerson and a restart coming for the Silver Knights. Yoshi has it for the Rampage. Hurwitz sends it ahead. Everton right back to Hurwitz, one-on-one. And then help defensively from Syracuse. There's Gerson, sends it high and wide. Gerson on the rebound, had a shot, sent it high and up out of play. So furious action here to open the third. Syracuse gets the only goal so far. Rampage lead at 7-6. Yellowback for the Silver Knights. Greenfield on him, stolen away by Acosta. Gerson and Vitale tied up. Greenfield clears. Tony Wall's completely out of gas. Couldn't chase that one down. Vitale for Syracuse. Greenfield again defensively. He's everywhere. Oh, Petracek nearly had it taken away by Gonzalez. Ahead for Guernsey. Right side Greenfield. Elbow. Shot to goal. Tony Walls. Tony Walls gets the goal. his second of the game, and Jonathan Greenfield gets another assist. That's the second assist and for Greenfield and the second goal of the game for Tony Walls. And so 6:33 of the third, and the Rampage are back up by 2 at 8-6. So Stefano Stamoulouketos will start it for Syracuse, and it comes up and out of play and right into our neck of the woods. And if your head on a swivel up here, you're going to get beamed by a heavy soccer ball. Febo ahead to Pachar for the Rampage. Back kick into the corner for Huffman. Coughlin clears for the Silver Knights. Settles things down. Wants someone to come back to him, and no one would. Darren Tobey for Syracuse. Huffman tries to steal it as it comes through the crease. Couldn't get to it. Manfoot near boards. Febo on him. Gets around him. Manfoot shot right side. Petracek was there, as was Yoshi for the Rampage. Ball is dead after it goes out of play. Restart coming near corner. Will be Paravovic. Centers it. There's a shot and just wide for Forbes. Canardo Forbes sends it just wide. He thought he had a goal when it sailed just wide. It was close, but no cigar for the Silver Knights. Silver Knights have it along the far boards. Ubi Paravovic. His back kick taken away by Pachar. Huffman weaves his way through, gets around his defenders. Sends it to the right side of Coughlin, who covers it. Fast and furious here in the third period. It's Hurwitz, right side, Pachar. Can't settle it down, plays it back along the boards, and Pablo will go and get it. Across the pitch to Yoshi. Petracek plays it with his right foot. Tried to get it to Everton along the near boards. It bounces up and into the Syracuse bench. Turnover to Syracuse. Pablo has it in the far corner. Now Tobey for Syracuse. Gonzalez taken away by Gerson. Played off the back of Tobey, and here's Gerson. Everton around Yellowback. Taken down. Yellowback the other way. He's bumped off the ball by Hurwitz. Tobey out of the double team. Yellowback backing in on Pablo. Tries to center for Tobey. Taken away by Gerson. Gerson goes down. Tobey goes back. Jake Schindler comes off for Syracuse, making the diving motion. So Yellowback in the corner, again on Pablo. Centers it, Schindler couldn't control it, stolen away by Tobey. Greenfield on his backside, tries to clear it for the Rampage and can't. Centering pass for Gonzalez, knocked away by the Rampage. Shot over the head of Petracek. That was Gonzalez who shot it. And Petracek will cover. Gerson wants it and gets it. Played into the corner. Tony Walls knocked down from behind. Domenico Vitale absolutely barreled into Walls. Walls goes down, a whistle and a foul. So a restart coming just outside the box. Gerson on the ball. Walls and Greenfield close by. Silver Knights four-man wall. Guernsey on the right side and Acosta there as well. And Gerson approaches and then takes a timeout. 4:50 to go in the third. Rampage by 2.
You didn't need this, did you?
No.
Milwaukee beat Baltimore 7-2. Harrisburg and Chicago are 2-2 in the third.
Is that in Chicago? Scores elsewhere tonight in the MASL. Milwaukee beats Baltimore 7-2, so Baltimore's road trip 0-2, losing here last night in Milwaukee today. Harrisburg and Chicago are tied at 2-2. So the Wave pick up their 8th win. Cedar Rapids needs to win to stay a game and a half ahead. Shot off the restart. Rampage maintained possession. Kicked it up and out of play and turned over to the Silver Knights. Vitale plays it along the near boards. Pichar gets around Bordeaux. Right side for Gerson. Listen to the crowd. That's twice now Gerson has kicked it about 40 feet higher than he wanted. He shakes his head in disgust at himself. Gerson is only 5'6" and a $145, and that's dripping wet. For as small as he is, he gets a lot of power on that shot of his. That's why they call him Kid Dynamite. Everton working on Forbes. Whistle, and the Rampage will maintain possession. Guernsey and Pichar off. Pablo and Greenfield back on for Cedar Rapids. So, restart from the top of the box. Everton gets a quick shot. Can't get it past Coughlin. Greenfield sets up Everton, but Coughlin up to the task. Grabs that one out of the air. Obi Perovic plays it right back to Coughlin. With Schindler. Forbes centers. Manfoot kicks it up and over the plexiglass. Syracuse ran the give and go, and Manfoot just couldn't keep his shot down. It goes over the plexiglass, and Pablo sends it deep. Huffman heads it into the corner. Tied up by Toby. There's a shot, a turnaround goal. Pat Kelly. And Derek Huffman should get the assist and will. And that makes it 9-6. So Pat Kelly picks up a goal last night. And he gets a goal tonight as well. That's his 5th goal of the year. Huffman gets another assist, a beautiful assist from Derek. His 2nd assist tonight and his 6th of the year. And it's back to a 3-goal lead for the Rampage. 11:31 of the third. It's 2 straight for the Rampage after Syracuse opened the third with a quick goal. It'll be Peravich near side. Gonzalez there. He goes down. A foul called on Febo. So a restart coming from just inside the yellow line. Moises Gonzalez is there. Shot sails high. Will be Peravich over the head of Petracek. Slavashaw gets it back. Head to Forbes. Huffman. Down into the Silver Knights' end. Coughlin able to leap high and grab that one. Line change for both teams. Gerger Gibson just on and plays it out of bounds. Pablo puts it back in play for the Rampage. 2:42 to go in the third. Petracek for Huffman. Wanted Jonathan Pachar, but sent it high and wide, not a play. So another turnover, and the Silver Knights will get it back. Guernsey and Greenfield on for the Rampage. Will be Peravich. Now Bordeaux. Thompson tied up by Guernsey. Blocked by Tony Walls. Out of play off the head of Guernsey. Bordeaux sends it all the way across to Forbes into the corner where Pablo almost put it past his own goalie. Turned around to Petracek and said, oops, sorry about that. No harm, no foul. Guernsey into the Silver Knights' end. Patrick Thompson for Syracuse. Gerger Gibson snakes it around the wall and grabbed by Petracek. Acosta leading the rush, puts it into the corner. Gerson and Bordeaux in a race for it. Bordeaux gets it. Manfoot goes down. Trips over Pat Kelly's leg. Closing in on a minute to go here in the third. Acosta. Petracek has it played back to him. Manfoot. Schindler shoots it off the near board, and it's all the way back to the Silver Knights goalie. Coughlin plays it ahead. Manfoot with 40 seconds. Everton blocks Manfoot's shot. .25 to go in the third period. 2 Rampage goals after a quick Syracuse goal to open the third, and it's back to a 3-goal lead for Cedar Rapids. Syracuse maybe setting up for one last rush. Vitale gets it right back, and now a whistle and a blue card. And I believe it's going to be a power play for the Rampage. Domenico Vitale, I believe, is going to go to the penalty box. Pat Kelly is that Kelly? Yeah, Pat Kelly on his back, helped up. And now he'll head to the bench. So a 5-on-4 for 6 seconds of the third period, and then into the fourth. Greenfield, Pablo, Everton, Tony Walls, and Gerson out there on the power play. For the Rampage, they've got one tonight and 14 on the season. Third in the league. So it'll be a minute and 54-second power play to open the fourth for the Rampage. When we come back, 9-6, Rampage Soccer on MASL TV. Third period scoring, 3:59 of the first. Gibson gets the goal for Syracuse. Ubi Perovic the assist to pull the Silver Knights within one at 7-6. At 6:33 of the third, Tony Walls from a Jonathan Greenfield assist puts the Rampage back up 2. And then Pat Kelly at 1:31. Beautiful assist from Derek Huffman. And it's a 3-goal lead. 9-6, the Rampage lead this one. 15 minutes away from their 10th win of the year. And going 5-1 outside of the Central Division. A lot of soccer left, though. 5-on-4 advantage for the Rampage to open the third. They'll have it. For a minute 54. As the time between the periods counts down, the power play clock was also running, so they'll want to reset that. It's at a minute 19 now, and it should be at a minute 54. And they don't reset it, so. Five-on-4 for a minute 7. I think it should have been more, but the clock was running during that intermission and nobody noticed it. Nonetheless, 5-on-4 for the Rampage. Greenfield. The corner for Gerson, stolen away by Toby. Toby ahead to Schindler. Closing in on 30 seconds to go in this power play, and Schindler gets it in front of Petracek, who swallows it up. Schindler comes off, and so one quick rush here for the Rampage. Wall sends it back to Everton. Tony gets it back. Into the middle for Greenfield. It's loose. Greenfield can't control it. Gets it back to Pablo. 5 seconds on the power play. And Forbes will clear it, and that's it for the man advantage for the Rampage. Greenfield plays it back for Petracek. Now they did reset the clock, so it's still a 5-on-4. Greenfield tries to center it for Gerson. Forbes knocks it down. And it squirts past Pablo and back to the keeper, Petracek. There's Pablo at the yellow line. Greenfield tries to center and knocked up and out of play by Darren Toby. Having all sorts of trouble keeping the clock here. Rampage should have 3 seconds left in that power play. And they'll get a restart from the top of the box. Greenfield faked the shot. Everton faked the shot, sent it right side for Pablo. Pablo sends it to the low and right side of the keeper, Andrew Coughlin. So Pablo credit for the goal. Everton gets the assist. And it's back to a 4-goal advantage. Actually, the first time that the Rampage have led by 4 tonight. So a minute 58 of the fourth. Pablo gets his second goal of the night and his 5th of the season. And Everton continues racking up the points. Now 15 goals to go with 8 assists. Gerson and Everton have chased each other for points all season long, and every time Gerson gets a goal, Everton gets one. And as of right now, Gerson maintains a 3-point advantage for the team lead on the team coach, Everton. Pachar clears it out of the Rampage end. Slaviša Ubi-Paravic back. Ubi-Paravic from Bosnia, born in 1987. Race for the ball, Pachar. Syracuse gets there first. Gonzalez. Shot off the back wall for Bordeaux. Zachary McNabb on for one of the few times tonight, number 31 for Syracuse. Petracek makes a save. Bordeaux steals it. McNabb plays it back into the Rampage end. Now off of the near boards. It's Everton off the back wall. Sam Guernsey trying to get in position for the rebound shot. Couldn't do it. Thompson, Patrick Thompson, and Gerson collide. A whistle and a foul on Thompson. Cedar Rapids ball. Gerson plays it back to the keeper. 4-goal lead. The Rampage happy to just run some clock here. Bibo Arriaga looking for his first points of the year, playing in his second game tonight. It's Gerson. That's 2 goals tonight for Gordy Gerson. And Everton gets another assist, so they both get points there. Now 9 assists for Everton. Gerson's second goal of the night. A team leading 19 goals now. So he's got 28 points, and Everton has 23. So Gerson extending his point lead tonight. At 3:55 of the fourth. It's a 5-goal lead now. Remember, at one time, Syracuse led this 5-1. So it is a 10-1 run that the Rampage have been on since early in the second. That's impressive. This team is firing on all cylinders offensively. And Syracuse, a tired team. Coughlin played ahead for Yellowback. Kelly sends it down into the corner, intercepted. Toby for Syracuse. Yellowback all the way across for Vitale. Most goals scored this season by Cedar Rapids, 13 on New Year's Eve day in a win over Florida here at the U.S. Cellular Center. This 11-goal output tonight is the second highest total of the season for the Rampage. Manfoot and Greenfield tied up. There's a shot and a save for Petracek. See if we can't get some save totals for you for Brett tonight. 3-line pass, and it'll come back down into the Rampage end and a restart for the Silver Knights. Petracek gave up 5 goals in the first 17 minutes of this game and has shut everything down since then. Obi Paravic sends it into the corner for Toby. And there's a Manfoot goal from the left side. Antonio Manfoot gets his second goal of the night and his 11th of the season. And the Silver Knights are back on the board. .546 of the fourth. Manfoot gets the goal. Check the replay and see if there's an assist there, and there certainly will be. So Huffman to put it back in play for the Rampage. Still plenty of time left in this one. Coughlin plays it for the Silver Knights. Schindler will get credit for the assist for Syracuse. Nate Schindler. Yoshi in the corner. Tavernisi on him. Tavernisi takes it away. Shot wide by Vitale. Petracek comes out and knocks it down. And then there's another shot and a quick goal for the Silver Knights. Moises Gonzalez, his 8th goal of the year, and just like that, it's a 2-goal game. And a timeout is taken. Everton wants to settle his troops down. So Gonzalez gets the goal, and we'll take a timeout with him. This is Rampage Soccer on MASL TV.
Trying to see the assist on the last one.
I know Gonzalez got the goal, and there was an assist. I just didn't catch who it was.
Video is clear in the slow prison. Blow it up.
Is that their ninth goal, or is it really eight? Oh, okay. Maybe he just dug that on himself.
And back to live action. Heads up. Ball coming our way again. Oh. Moises Gonzalez credit for that last Syracuse goal, and he did a lot of the work himself. And may go unassisted. 11-8. Rampage lead this one. Still 8:33 to go. Fresh life for the Silver Knights and renewed pep in their step. Jake Schindler sends it into the corner. Yoshi is there for the Rampage. Tavernisi as well. Now Bo Yellowback tied up along the boards. Febo comes away for the Rampage and sends it back down to Coughlin. Syracuse keeper comes out. Joey Tavernisi gets credit for an assist on that last goal. Tavernisi, leading scorer for Syracuse, and I believe number 7 in the league in points. So a whistle. And the officials will bring the ball back down into the Silver Knights' end. Having a conversation, and now the ball will go back down to the Rampage end. Restart will come from somewhere. Febo puts it back into play. All right, 2 quick goals for the Silver Knights, and we've got ourselves a ball game. There's Gerson. Will be Perovich right back to Coughlin. Febo is there for the Rampage. Manfoot tries to get to it, but can't before Petracek does. Left side for Everton. Centers for Gerson. Gerson tries to sneak it in, couldn't get it through. Forbes and Guernsey fighting for it. Forbes comes away with it. Angles a shot down to Petracek. Into the corner for Guernsey. His header high and over the head of Coughlin, but too high and off the boards. Walls had a rebound shot and sailed that wide. Manfoot's got a couple of goals for Syracuse tonight. Into the corner for Bordeaux. Yoshi, solid defense, and there's a shot that sails way over the top of the goal. Slavisha Ubi Perovich sails the shot and then heads to the bench. Fresh legs on for both teams. Pachar and Greenfield for the Rampage. Pat Kelly has it, plays it back to Greenfield and all the way back to the keeper. Hurwitz. Petracek into the corner. Bounces back into the crease where Tony Walls was. Couldn't control it. Vitale and Walls fight for it. Greenfield has it. Under 6 to go in this one. The corner for Walls. Vitale bodies him out, and Gonzalez there for Syracuse. Huffman back on for the Rampage. He's got it. Right side for Hurwitz, too far, played back for the Silver Knights. Tavernisi. Here come the Rampage. They got numbers, 3-on-2. Hurwitz. Toby credited for the block. Nice sliding block from Darren Toby. On the left side for Patrick Thompson. Thompson centers all the way through. Vitale. Petracek save. And a timeout taken by Syracuse. 11-8, 4:37 to go. It's getting tight here at the U.S. Cellular Center. Rampage Soccer on MASL TV. Rampage hoping to get their 5th out-of-division win this season to go against just 1 loss. They will play a lot of division soccer over the final 6 games of the season. Milwaukee, St. Louis, the Wave twice, and then out of the division against Harrisburg, Chicago, and wrapping up the regular season against Kansas City. Don't put this one in the win books just yet, though. Everton sends it back down into the corner. We got a 6th attacker now for Syracuse. Try and find out who that is. He's wearing number 44, and I don't have that on my. All right, so Forbes is the 6th attacker for Syracuse. Canardo wearing number 44. There's a shot that goes up and out of play. Over to the Rampage. So 6-on-5 for the remainder of the way. Yoshi sends it back to Petracek, ahead to Hurwitz, and Hurwitz didn't want to do that. He kicks it out of play, so a restart coming. From the top of the box for the Silver Knights. If they could get something here, it gets interesting. Gonzalez. Another save. Sam Guernsey credit for the body block there. Ubi Paraipovic actually took the shot for Syracuse. Guernsey blocks it. Gonzalez, now Forbes. Into the corner for Yellowback. And cleared. Cleared by Yoshi. Picked up at the center line by Forbes. Tavernisi worked into the corner. And there's Greenfield defensively for the Rampage. Centering pass. Toby couldn't get his foot on it. Petracek sends it ahead to Guernsey. Now Hurwitz. Guernsey and Gonzalez. And Hurwitz has it for the Rampage. Works his way around three different Syracuse defenders, a whistle and a foul. Joey Tavernisi called for the foul, so here comes the Rampage restart. Pablo looks to the bench for instructions. They'll restart it all the way back down to Greenfield. Running some clock. Tavernisi chases after it for the Silver Knights. Now, Ubi Paraipovic can't get around Pat Kelly. Great defense. Ubi Paraipovic with his left foot, and Pat Kelly there again. This time it goes out of play. Restart coming for Syracuse. Pat Kelly defensively everywhere. Just a minute 48 to go in this one. Six on five. There's a save. Petracek. Greenfield clears. Forbes stops it at the center line. A shot high and wide, not a play, and over to Cedar Rapids. Near boards, Everton just lets it go and drops back on defense. Slavica Ubi Paraipovic. Cleared by Pat Kelly. Who else? Into the corner. Yellowback can't get to it. Now he has it. Working on Pablo. Yoshi. Forbes. There's a assist off the backboard. I believe Darren Toby will get credit for the assist. Was that Tavernisi again? Whoever it was, it's a two-goal game. 6 on 5, 14:02 of the fourth. So 11-9 now. Played beautifully off the backboards, right into the middle, and see who was there for the Silver Knights. Gets it past Petracek. Greenfield restarts and gets it back to Pablo. Sixth attacker Forbes. Ahead to Toby. Left side, Gonzalez gets it back along the far boards. Yoshi clears it for the Rampage. Sliding stop for Syracuse. Centering pass, and nobody wanted to shoot it for Syracuse. They both stared at each other. Cleared by Hurwitz. 10 seconds to go in this one. Will be Paripovich off the backboards. So after trailing this one 5-1 early in the second period, the Rampage come up with 10 goals and only give up 4 and win this one 11-9. They run their overall record to 10-4, 10-4, which is 6 regular season games left. They are now 6-2 at home and 5-1 out of division. And now they will go on the road with just a couple of home games left, the remainder of the season for the Rampage. Next Sunday at Milwaukee, home on Friday night, February 3rd against St. Louis. Then they go back to Milwaukee on February 12th, home against Harrisburg for the final time this year, and then they wrap the season against Chicago and Kansas City on the road. So mostly division play coming up. We know that the Wave won earlier tonight. Cedar Rapids at 10-4, Milwaukee 8-5. No word yet on Kansas City. Chicago is tied, last we heard, with Harrisburg at 2-2. So the crowd makes its way to the doors, and that was a fun one. 11-9, the Rampage win again. 2 nights in a row here at the U.S. Cellular Center. Thank you for joining us. This has been Rampage Soccer on MASL TV.
Maybe I'll see you again.
Are you going to be here at the next home game, or are you just on a game-by-game basis?
I don't have any plans right now to come back to the last week.
Well, I enjoyed your help. It was nice to have what it should be like.
You guys have a tough job. You're just like out here with no rope.
Yeah. Well,
Thank you.